him be exactly who he is, be the lyric king. And people who never even listen to lyrics are like reciting his freestyles, his battles, his songs.
Chains and Whips is the name of the diss track that Clips debuted at the Louis Vuitton fashion show. And TikTok is telling us that Kendrick Lamar is supposed to be on this song. Remember, back in August, Pusha T said they were missing just one feature. And then in December, Pusha T said the album was officially done.
Drake now suing Universal Music Group, where Kendrick is also his label mate, over Lamar's #1 song. In the lawsuit, Drake alleging that UMG knowingly approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track, which was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal.
Here is a new blind item that is allegedly about Drake's latest move with young girls. The former wheelchair actor is at it again. This time, at least, the person he followed on social media is barely legal.
And he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
Y'all, word on the street is that Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T are joining forces. And honey, they're not playing around. They're apparently doubling down on those shocking allegations about Drake. And let me tell you, they're ready to expose some of his darkest secrets. But wait, it gets even juicier. Drake just did something absolutely wild. He filed a defamation lawsuit against his own label, UMG, over Kendrick's track Not Like Us. Can you believe the audacity? He's claiming UMG promoted the track knowing full well the allegations were false. And here's where it gets really messy. Drake is actually suggesting that Kendrick targeted him because of his Jewish heritage. I mean, seriously? As if that wasn't dramatic enough, Drake is now trying to pressure the NFL to block Kendrick from performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl halftime show. But honey, let me tell you something. People are saying Drake might have just shot himself in the foot with this lawsuit because if this case goes to discovery phase, whispers. Well, let's just say it could shine a spotlight on Drake's personal life, especially his rather questionable history with very young women. It's like everything Drake has done since this beef with Kendrick exploded has completely backfired. And now, hold on to your seats. Rumor has it that Kendrick and Pusha T are cooking up something even bigger with Pharrell's help. Sources say they're planning to not only double down on those same allegations from Kendrick's diss track, but dig even deeper into Drake's past. So here's what everyone's dying to know. What in the world is Drake thinking with this defamation lawsuit? Why is he suing UMG instead of going after Kendrick directly? And are Kendrick and Pusha really about to end Drake's whole career? Let's spill all this piping hot tea.
Let's break it down.
His songs, it's great to watch. And it's great for what it is that we do in lyric-driven hip-hop. It's great to see.
Let me tell you something. Drake is absolutely spiraling right now. He's desperately trying to control the narrative before Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, but whoever's giving him advice needs to be fired immediately because every single move is blowing up in his face. After Kendrick absolutely demolished him in their feud, Drake should have just taken the L, stayed quiet for a while, and come back strong with an amazing album. Maybe something like Take Care 2.0. But no, he just had to keep poking the bear, and now even his own fans are saying he's going out sad. So, in case you missed all the drama, Drake just filed this federal lawsuit that's got everyone talking. He's accusing Universal Music Group of defamation over promoting Kendrick's diss track Not Like Us. The lawsuit basically rehashes those claims Drake made back in November when he accused UMG of this whole elaborate scheme to boost Not Like Us on Spotify. He's throwing around accusations about pay-to-play schemes, bots, you name it. But hold on to your wigs because that's not even the craziest part. Drake makes these absolutely wild claims in his defamation lawsuit about Not Like Us being anti-Semitic. The lawsuit states, and I quote, furthering the recording's refrain that Drake is not like us, the Drake alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, saying that Drake is not a colleague but an effing colonizer. People on social media are not having it. They're calling this the most pathetic attempt to play victim because everyone knows the colonizer lyric has absolutely nothing to do with Drake being half Jewish. In fact, and this is the tea, People are pointing out that Drake immediately jumping to Jewish people when he heard colonizer is actually more problematic than anything Kendrick said. Someone on X absolutely dragged him, saying, Drake weaponizing his Jewish heritage against Kendrick while citing deranged FBA accounts as proof that Kendrick H's Jewish people is some nasty work F that man forever. And another person spilled nothing but facts. Drake is the only one who connected colonialism to Judaism by describing the line, "your colonizer," which was in reference to how he treats Black culture, not Jewish culture, as alluding to his Jewish heritage. Drake alone made that connection. But wait, because it gets even more unhinged, Drake actually compared the shooting incident at his Toronto mansion back in May 2024 to the Pizzagate scandal. The lawsuit literally states it was just 3 days after UMG originally published the recording and image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in the 2024 equivalent of Pizzagate.
While police wouldn't confirm it at the time, a new legal filing says Drake was inside his multi-million-dollar Toronto home early on the morning of May 7th of last year when shots were fired from a passing car. According to that lawsuit, the car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled F Drake, and at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded a security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. The rapper's lawsuit alleges that it took nearly 30 minutes for an ambulance to arrive. The suit also says the following day, an intruder showed up at the home and used his hands to dig a hole under a security fence, gaining access to the property and yelling racist slurs and threats.
But there's more tea to spill. Drake is literally complaining in his lawsuit about people making fun of him online. Can you believe? He even included a picture of this flyer that was being posted all around Toronto, showing him with this Canadian YouTuber who went to prison for SA. The lawsuit is giving full drama queen energy, saying there's been an avalanche of online hate speech branding Drake as all sorts of things. They're really out here saying social media users called for the FBI to come at this point and for Drake to be locked up and behind bars. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and honestly makes zero sense. This lawsuit doesn't say a single word against Kendrick. Instead, it's all aimed at UMG for profiting from what Drake claims are false allegations. The lawsuit literally says, the lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize allegations that it understood were not only false but dangerous. And honey, let me point out something that's making everyone scratch their heads. If Drake is saying UMG is guilty of defamation for promoting a song with false allegations, then aren't they equally guilty of promoting Drake's diss track, Family Matters, where he accused Kendrick of domestic violence? Make it make sense. Speaking of making no sense, Drake really didn't think this through before accusing Kendrick about Whitney because, and this is the gag, on that same song, he gives a shout out to Chris Brown. Yes, the same Chris Brown who, well, we all know that history. Drake actually had the nerve to include the line, "You know who even Bang A said out there is CB," as a reference to Chris Brown's alleged blood gang ties. Like, why would you shout out Chris Brown on a song where you're supposedly calling out Kendrick for DV? And let's not forget, Drake dated Rihanna after the Chris Brown incident, publicly professed his love for her, and then turns around and shouts out the man who hurt her? The math ain't mathing. Remember that mess on The Heart Part 8, when Drake tried to call Kendrick a hypocrite? He was going on about how Kendrick supposedly objected to R. Kelly's music being removed from streaming platforms, saying, "Still bumping R. Kelly, you can thank the savior," said if they delete his music, then your music is going too. A hypocrite. But here's the thing, sweetie. Drake didn't even get his facts straight. It wasn't even Kendrick who made those comments about R. Kelly. It was actually Anthony Tiffith, the CEO of Top Dog Entertainment, who threatened to pull TDE's music from Spotify over the R. Kelly situation. And here's the most delicious part of this hypocrisy. Drake conveniently forgot to mention that he's the one actually paying R. Kelly royalties after sampling him on TSU from his 2021 album Certified Lover Boy. The irony is just too much. It's like everything Drake does these days makes absolutely no sense. He's completely lost the plot, and this defamation lawsuit against UMG is already blowing up in his face before it even gets to trial, if it ever does. Instead of clearing his name, this lawsuit has everybody and their mama digging deeper into Drake's past. And chilly, the contradictions are stacking up faster than pancakes at IHOP. Let's talk about how Drake is out here trying to have it both ways. He's accusing UMG of defamation for promoting Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us. But at the same time, he's been downplaying the song's impact, claiming it was artificially boosted by bots. So which is it, honey? Was the track insignificant, or was it damaging enough to sue over? You can't have your cake and eat it too? Filing this lawsuit might just be the worst decision Drake has made in his entire career, because now all those old receipts about his interactions with young women are back in the spotlight. And let me tell you something, these aren't just some random internet rumors or conspiracy theories. We're talking about documented instances, from those suspicious text exchanges with Millie Bobby Brown to that absolutely cringe-worthy footage of him kissing a 17-year-old on stage and making comments about her body after learning her age.
So I know there's a lot of rap fans in here and shit like that. You know, my man right there, see what's up, man. My man right here, my man keeps saluting me over there. You know, I see y'all, man. My nigga up there, man. You know, all my rap fans in here, right? But I just want to know if you think maybe for like the women of Colorado, I should just take one opportunity to sing one song. You think so? As a Colorado woman, you'd enjoy that? Alright, well listen, 17. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breast feel against my chest. I just want to thank you. It's okay, I'm only 23, I can do shit like that, baby. I can kiss 17-year-olds, I'm still good.
Now, let's spill the tea about Millie. Back in July 2018, she told W Magazine that Drake started texting her after they first met in Australia in November 2017, when she was just 13 years old. And if that wasn't raising enough eyebrows, things got even more uncomfortable a few months later when Millie told Access Hollywood that they were still talking all the time, and Drake would text her saying he missed her.
He's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
But wait, because it gets even messier. The same year Drake was texting Millie, he was allegedly involved with another young woman, model Bella Harris, who was 18 at the time. And here's the really uncomfortable part. It later came out that Drake first met Bella back in 2016 during his Summer 16 tour with Future. Do the math, darling. Bella was 16 and Drake was 29. By filing this defamation lawsuit, Drake has basically invited the entire internet to start connecting all these dots. And honey, the picture they're painting isn't pretty. Instead of shutting down the conversation, he's basically handed everyone a magnifying glass and said, "Here, look closer." People are seriously questioning what made him think this lawsuit was a good idea. But hold on to your seats because this drama train isn't stopping anytime soon. Word on the street is that Kendrick and Pusha T are cooking up something extra spicy for the upcoming Clips album. According to Hip Hop DX, Kendrick is featured on this track called Chains and Whips. And while nobody's officially saying what it's about, Fans are convinced that Kendrick and Pusha are about to go all in on Drake and make his situation even messier. So what do y'all think? Did Drake completely fumble by filing this lawsuit, or does he actually have a case? And are Kendrick and Pusha about to make things even worse for him with this new track? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to catch our next video, because this tea is far from over. The way this whole situation is unfolding is like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and honestly, we can't look away. Stay tuned, because something tells me this drama is about to get even spicier. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to catch all the latest updates on this absolutely wild situation.